What up, y'all? Welcome to the Gunslinger Gaming Frosty Pints podcast. Tonight, we have a full house. Joining me is DrNiggle, Masami, Omega, and the Leetness, who's not quite drunk yet, but should be.
Omega already
I'm drinking kombucha.
Omega already posted that particular clip of Tom Holland during the lip sync battle, and it's awesome. It's fucking awesome.
It is really good.
I'm really happy that he showed it to me.
I'm so sorry for the listeners.
It is one of the greatest things that I've ever seen, and quite frankly, that is the reason I'm a fan of Tom Holland. I don't give a shit about any of the movies that he's in. I don't think I've seen any of the movies that he's in.
You're probably
But
not.
that lip sync battle that he did was so fucking good.
That is good.
Yes,
Everyone
it
should
was.
give that a watch. Lip sync battle Tom Holland. It's on Google. Comedy Central posted it.
Definitely
Leetness,
watch
you
that.
can stop blowing up Tom Holland's ass. I'm just saying.
I heard that as blowing Tom Holland's ass.
Is there really a difference at this point?
Maybe.
I guess not. I mean,
Tom Holland is going to come up towards the end of the podcast.
why don't we just cover it right now?
Spoiler alert.
Just
You wanna cover
so
it now?
Holland is in the Uncharted movie that's apparently
Yes.
coming.
This week in games and entertainment, it was announced back in November that there will be what is it? Far Cry? I forgot. I'm not even looking at it.
There'll be Uncharted Drake's Fortune.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for putting that in there. It's a lovely shot of
anyway.
Tom Holland's bum. Yeah, it's an Uncharted movie. Tom Holland has a nice ass.
Somehow, Mark Wahlberg is also supposedly in this movie.
Yeah, which doesn't make
Also,
sense to
It's
me.
not
Also
just
also
Tom
nice
Holland
bum.
and his butt.
It is
just so the readers are aware.
So this Uncharted movie, it's in production, or it's it's going to be in production early next year. It's starring Tom Holland. Tom Holland's going to be the main character, and it's going to be sort of an origin story, I guess. So that's his role in the movie. I'm not clear on who Marky Mark is going to be playing, but I do know
Victor
that
Sully Sullivan.
Victor Sully. So okay, I do know that years ago when they were all there's been talk of an Uncharted movie for like quite some time, and years ago when they were discussing that, it was going to be Marky Mark in the lead role, but it never played out. It never panned through. So when they did this iteration, Mark Wahlberg said that he wanted to come back and be a part of it in some way. So they got Marky Mark in the movie. I'm not looking forward to him as much because, he's Marky Mark.
We understand you're only staring at Tom Holland's ass the entire movie. That's the only reason you're gonna go. It's the only reason you're excited about the movie.
I really hope that someone makes a fan edit of the movie where it just replaces Tom Holland's face with his butt.
Boy, I really feel like I missed out on the announcement of Tom Holland becoming Spider-Man, and there was this cry of, oh, he's going to be in spandex the entire time.
Nobody knew. That was the thing. It was so novel when it happened. And then we saw him in the spandex, and we were like, oh my god, he's perfect for this. Tobey Maguire? I'm sorry, that just didn't cut it. Andrew Garfield? Same thing. Just no thank you. Tom Holland?
I mean, I would never have said that you should pick anyone else over Tom Holland, but since Tom Holland became Spider-Man, it's like, should there ever have been anyone else?
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm saying no, there shouldn't have been, basically.
As much as I like Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, he was good, but
He was good.
Tom Holland I liked much more.
Well, they did the same thing with the Hulk movies. They came out with like 2 different terrible Hulk movies before
Yeah,
they finally were like, you know what? Okay, we'll just keep trying this until we get it right because we know there's money to squeeze out of this intellectual property.
That was the hilarious part, though. They did it with who was first? Eric Bana. Eric Bana was first,
I think Eric Bana was first.
and then
I'll be right
Edward
back.
Norton was after him. So first, Eric Bana kind of works. Edward Norton, no, God no. And then they stopped. They just completely stopped making Hulk
Okay.
movies until
Let's just
Until
face the
what's-his-face.
facts that the only good part of the Hulk's movie was Liv Tyler. Like that was it. Like
I don't even remember that.
Honestly, Liv Tyler peaked for me when she was in the videos for her father with
Lord of the
Alicia.
Rings.
Alicia Silverstone.
Oh, I don't remember the name of those movies.
Oh God. I can't even tell you the
Go.
name of those movies.
Is it too
What, the
early
Lord
for
of-
Google Foo?
The Lord of the
No.
Rings. You cannot remember the Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, no. I remember
Film?
Lord
No,
of the
yeah,
Rings.
no, we know
but
that.
Okay,
we're-
good.
You were talking about
Spec
the movies with her father and Alicia Silverstone.
Oh, not the movies, the music videos.
Hmm.
I'm back. Sorry. What else did
Crazy.
I know?
Yes, there you
Oh.
go, crazy.
I really can't enjoy Liv Tyler because whenever I see her, I just see
Armageddon.
her mouth on her face.
It does encompass quite a bit of real estate.
And Steven Tyler's mouth is so iconic that there's no mistaking that on her face. That was the one thing that totally ruined the immersion of the Lord of the Rings movies for me. Was when all of a sudden Liv Tyler's an elf, and then it's like, oh great, fucking Steven Tyler's mouth is here in fucking
Would
Middle-earth.
it have been better or worse if Elrond had been cast as Steven Tyler?
Oh. It somehow would have been just perfect,
That's
funny as hilarious.
I
Wrong.
think that
All
would
at the
end up
same
being
time?
better.
Think it would have been better?
It would be terrible, but it would be better.
Now, next time I see Lord of
it's
the
the
Rings, I'm
mouth
going to imagine
elves.
Steven Tyler there.
The
But yeah.
mouthy elves.
And it's unfortunate because I think she's a good actress, but when I see her mouth, it's just like, yep, that's Steven Tyler's mouth.
The ring was forged in the fires of Mount Doom. Only there can it be unmade. It must be taken back into the fiery chasm and cast back into the... Oh god, that voice is killing me. Holy shit, how does Liv Tyler do that?
Oh,
That's like 40 years of smoking and drinking right there.
You were kind of sounding like Crazy Train there for a while.
It must be cast back into the fiery chasm from whence it came.
Oh yes. Fiery chasm.
How is
Gotta
that
be
helping,
chasm.
Masami?
so Gobi doesn't feel left out.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I have no idea
distract him with
what the
with,
fuck is that?
It's
The-
Triss
the
Marigold
female
from
form
Witcher.
to objectify.
This is
Oh,
a fantastic podcast where we talk about things that other people can't see.
Hey,
really
what
got
about
this
that thing
podcast thing
that
down.
we're looking at now?
With you guys playing D&D, how many are you gonna pick up Dark Alliance?
What's Dark Alliance?
I'm probably gonna
D&D.
pick it up.
So here's the thing: D&D has like 8 or 9 video games slated for next year.
Good
Yeah.
lord.
There's a huge resurgence because apparently 5th edition
We-
D&D has really picked up in popularity.
Oh,
As,
yeah.
as some people here can tell you from the YouTube series that they watch.
I was going to say, I mean, it's obvious that it's picked up because we did it, so obviously people want to be like us.
Well, I mean, for
Yeah.
like the last 5 years or so, D&D has gone through. It can only be described as a renaissance.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's been featured on. It's been featured on Stranger Things, like a major pop culture TV show. It's like some of the most rapidly growing channels on Twitch, like in recent years, have been D&D based. Like D&D videos are just flooding YouTube of like all kinds of people doing player guides and DM guides and all kinds of stuff.
And it's been quite the renaissance for the RPG industry in general. It's just not only bringing awareness to D&D, but to other genres of games like in that vein as well. So it's been pretty interesting. As far as I would be the token RPG gamer of the group here.
Yeah, well, tabletop
Speaking of that,
RPGs in general have just exploded.
Yeah.
did you play Neverwinter?
Yes, I have played. Well, let me tell you, put it this way: I got most of the way through it, but those 2 f***ing dragons at the end. Oh man.
Spoilers.
Oh,
Right.
Well, that's not like the end, and it's not like they speak at you. They just try and kick your shit in.
So basically, they kicked your shit in repeatedly, and you rage quit.
Kind of. I put it down because I'm like, I'm not starting the save file from the beginning. I put too much time into this. I'm just gonna go do something else, like read, or play actual D&D. Because that was based on the 3.5 edition of the game, which had its ups and its downs.
Oh my god, the
So-
3.5 edition, that was awful.
It wasn't actually that bad. It was better than 3.
I don't know
But,
anything about D&D.
Just out of
I know you
curiosity,
don't.
what version were they on in like 1998?
Like 2nd edition, I think. I'm pretty sure.
98? No, that was probably third or fourth.
No, that was maybe 3.0 at the max.
Google
Someone's
Foo.
gonna have to Google foo this, because yeah.
That is the last time that I'd watched a D&D game. I was a sophomore in high school, and yeah,
Like the
Oh wow, you're right.
version-
Yeah, no, third edition was 2000, so late 90s
Yes.
was edition 2. I didn't realize
Yep,
the
I'm an old
original
fucker,
D&D
yeah.
and AD&D stuck around for that long.
Yep. It's been around for quite a long time. Quite a long time. I think they're going to be celebrating like 50 years here pretty soon or something like that.
Oh, interesting. So, third edition was the first one released by Wizards of the Coast.
Yes, they
So
bought
they bought it in 97.
they actually bought TSR completely. TSR was the parent company of D&D, and they like gobbled it up. And then yeah, everything since then has been Wizards. Because they did 3.0, and then they kind of realized the rule set wasn't great, so they did a 3.5, and that was pretty big. And then 4 was not great, and that's where you had some imitators like Pathfinder, which is actually a reasonably good system for those who like a little bit more math with their imagination. And then once 5th edition came out, it just kind of like took over everything.
Yeah, I think Dark Alliance might be the first D&D game I play.
It does look interesting.
I'm keen.
Yeah. Well, so for those of you who aren't aware, Dark Alliance is based on an older book that you get to play Trister, or not
Driz,
Trister,
Drizzt,
Driz, and
Drizzt.
it's a 4-person co-op, third-person game, action RPG. And what the fuck is that? It's all sorts of wrong, like all sorts of wrong. Like viewers, you are lucky you're not watching that.
Yeah,
It's
Fluffy
so bad.
turned up too, so now it's our bullshit with his shit posting.
It's just gonna get worse.
Yeah, it's all downhill from here. D&D Dark Alliance sounds good. I mean, there are so many games that are slated to come out in 2020. I don't think that they're going to be able to get them all out. We're probably going to see some delays, but the ones that do come out, I happen to like RTS games, or turn-based RTS. So, yeah, I'm probably going to check out some of these. Dark Alliance might be really fun to check out.
Did you watch the intro video?
I did, and I also know that Dark Alliance is probably not going to be turn-based.
I do like the music. It's like
Oh yeah.
Oh, of course.
I think there'll
Pretty
be
cool.
plenty of turn-based games coming out that you'll be okay.
There are. Hey, go ahead. If you want to add more D&D before we jump into the Game Awards.
Oh god, yeah, that's before that travesty. I'm not a fan of awards shows, but yet I did watch it because I was incentivized. Thank you, Warframe.
Yeah.
I so skipped it.
Yeah.
Sorry. I had better things to do, like play video games.
Yeah, no, you're better off saving the brain cells.
It hurt.
Yeah.
Did they say who's making D&D Dark Alliance?
Yes, should be on that article.
Oh,
You have to check the Discord. You got to go up past your bum
Oh.
picture.
Turk Games, okay.
2K games?
2K? No,
No.
TUQUE.
Huh, that's a new one. I haven't really heard of them.
No, me neither.
Oh, it's related to the Baldur's Gate series. Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
the spiritual successor to Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance series.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another game I
That's
know absolutely nothing about.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate was like the first big D&D game in the circles that I run in. Like it was like the first time people went, "Oh my god, my really niche hobby is now a video game. That's sweet." Um and otherwise I know nothing about it because I didn't play it because it was old when I started becoming a nerd in full myself. Um but I am intrigued by this sentence. It says it's a 4-player game, which is pretty awesome. So I wonder if it's gonna simulate a little bit of a robo DM sort of feeling. Be interesting.
I have a D&D game that I got a while back, and it is kind of terrible. So if they are actually going to be releasing D&D based games that are really interesting and good,
Mm-hmm.
like that would be pretty cool and pretty exciting. But there has been a history of some
Yeah. Oh
questionable products in the
So
genre.
Horrendous ones.
I just
Well,
have
like the one that I played, it was basically just reduced down to your bog standard carbon copy, like turn-based strategy game with D&D type skins and stuff, and like there was very little character selection or creation. You just sort of had a party and started going, and it was really weird.
That does sound awful.
I just
Yeah.
wanted to ask an opinion question. In a D&D game, what would you consider to be more important? The mechanics of the game itself or the story that's being told?
For me, well, the mechanics would be easy to do. That's just dice rolls and knowing the math and whatnot, and however you want to structure that. For me, it's if they take away the feeling of choice that you're supposed to have in D&D,
Mm-hmm.
the feeling of I can do whatever I want right now. What do I want to do? How do I want to do this next thing that I want to try? Like if they, and that's what's hard about doing it in a video game, and that's what makes D&D what D&D
Mm-hmm.
is that like you can't design into a simple video game, the universal physics engine that would be required to simulate every possible thing that a
Right.
player would want to try to do.
Well, not so yeah, I hear you. But not to undercut mechanics too awfully much. Let's take a look at a game like Path of Exile. The mechanics in there, put the story aside, the mechanics are different classes, different skills, different items, magical stuff like that, and although there must have been a tremendous amount of work put into PoE in terms of development of your skill class and your character class and your items and your gear and all the rest of that. And I just recently started playing D&D, and I'm trying to find the balance between the good storytelling and the reward that I feel for like getting stuff and improving my character. So I guess that's where I was coming in from mechanics versus story. I don't think either one is simple to do.
Yeah, no, I myself am a narrative based person. I mean, if I'm playing video games, I like my RPGs. I like both helping to tell a story and I also like experiencing a story. A good D&D game should give you paths. Like there should be more than one way to get where you're going, much like Microsoft and Windows. More than one way
Skin a
to
cat.
yeah, there you go. Um And I mean, for me, I am like, if the storytelling is haphazard or if it feels like you're being railroaded, that's not very good unless they've told you up front, you've got a kind of a linear sort of thing going on, which I mean, most of the D&D games that are based on a character tend to kind of be that sort of thing, or they'll just be um like there's been a couple of D&D online things which were tried to be a little bit more open world, and it kind of worked, it kind of didn't. It was just, it gave you a lot more of the mechanical reward feeling versus actually, the quest telling you stories. So, I mean, in an actual RPG game, I'm about minimal mechanics. Like, my reward is like, completing the quest or going on the side quest, or um, the non-tangibles is what does it for me.
I'm just
Yeah.
staring at the jelly gummy chicken ass.
Yeah, that's
Because
what
the
makes it.
listeners need to know about that.
Yes, yes. At least they don't have to see it. So there's that.
It's
Yeah, we're
hypnotic.
falling on that sword for them.
I have it
Did not-
minimized so I didn't have to look at it. I'm sure Fluffy will come in and save my ass and shit post a whole bunch of stuff, and it'll be gone by the next time I open it.
He already did. He reacted to this with 100 eggplant and spooge.
So the Game Awards, I see The Wolf Among Us 2 is gonna happen. For those that aren't aware, The Wolf Among Us is free on Epic Game Store now. I'm not sure for how long though. I do know on the 19th they plan on giving away a whole bunch of games that are going to change every couple of days. And isn't the Steam sale supposed to be coming up soon?
It's got to be imminent at this point. It's only
Uh,
like a week till Christmas.
Yeah, must be.
I mean, they just finished off the autumn one for Black Friday season, so.
Yeah, I know GOG is having a sale. There's actually some pretty good deals on there. Niggle found, what was it? Was it the Wasteland 2 we saw?
Yes.
Or no.
Uh,
Was it? No.
not Wasteland, but
That was the free one. Frostpunk. It was Frostpunk.
Oh, you talking about Frostpunk?
Yeah, it was late. Yeah. You could get like the definitive edition on GOG, and it was like $34 or something like that. It was cheaper to get it on GOG than it was on Steam, and it came with all the DLC. The point is, GOG has some really good deals, and you should check it out.
It is, yeah. As Gobi said, GOG is undercutting the base price of Frostpunk by like $10 or $12 from Steam. So yeah, you can buy everything, the base game and the season pass, which includes all the DLC that's coming out next year, for like $34, 40 or $40. Whereas on Steam it's more, significantly more. More.
And I know that Omega played it for a while.
Which
Omega,
game?
Frostpunk.
Oh yeah, I played the hell out of that for a while.
We both played it so much that we have every single achievement except for the ones that are beat the levels in survival mode, which is the hardest, most abusive mode available.
was good.
Abuse.
Yeah, the survival modes are damn near impossible, but it is a pretty awesome game. I thoroughly love it.
Anyway, okay. So, yeah, Steam sale, fine. GOG sale, even better.
Definitely better.
I will say the one trailer that I did appreciate was the Final Fantasy VII Remake trailer. I did see that one.
I missed that.
Now, I thought I heard from a little birdie that it's only exclusive to PS4 for a certain amount of time, and then it will be on PC, which I think they got my hateful tweet and changed their mind.
It probably was your hateful tweet that did it.
Yep,
I don't think people
appreciate
I don't think people appreciate just how much sway this podcast has on gaming at large.
Gaming studios fear our words.
We are the red letter media of gaming.
We are definitely something, that's for sure.
I thought the
we
two
are
trailers,
pantsless, that is for sure.
there were two trailers that I really enjoyed. One was the Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. Did you guys watch that trailer? Oh my gosh.
So-
That put me into like a 2-hour listening of Viking war music because of that trailer.
Yeah. So if anyone never checked out Swaenia Hellblade, or Swaenia Sacrifice was the first one? That was
Yeah,
the first one? Yeah, okay.
yeah. So
That one, I think it's still a $30 game on Steam.
it's really good.
It's a fairly inexpensive game for an absolutely amazing story, a story plot, and
Yeah, and
it's also
gorgeous to
it's
look
an
at.
indie studio, isn't it?
I can't remember if it's an indie studio, but they did a bloody good job. I mean, it's incredibly good detail, and I mean, graphics are incredible in that game. And it's a cool story too. I kind of engaged by it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
The
the developer
trailer for sure. The second one is like insane.
developer is Ninja Theory.
Ninja Theory. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the other trailer I enjoyed more so for the YouTube comments was Prologue.
Prologue.
Did you guys watch the did you see the comments in YouTube for that trailer?
No.
Oh god, it's hilarious. So, I mean, the trailer's very plain. It really is not much. It's a forest, and the guy looks left and right, and you hear a wolf howling or something like that. And that's pretty much it. Nothing else. And in the comments, there's one of the top comments is, I liked when he looked left. A nice trailer, really showed off a lot of cool stuff. Has a little bit for everyone.
Game trailers and movie trailers now is just so fucking ridiculous. It's basically how little of this can you show, as opposed to like 10, 20 years ago where it was just like, here's a complete overview of what the movie's about and why you should go and see it. And now we're just like, yeah, here's 2 minutes of a slow zoom in on someone's corpse and then their eyes open at the last minute. Go watch our movie. Go play our game.
Yeah, there's some funny comments in there though. I love the first two though, hilarious.
I honestly don't know if there's a strategy behind that or people are just fucking lazy.
I don't know. Blizzard really makes good trailers. As far as I'm concerned, they're one of the best.
Yeah, but the Diablo 4 trailer, there was so much in it.
Oh, that was so fucking good.
You want to watch it again?
Yeah.
And then wait another 4 years for the game to come out?
At least 4 is an optimistic amount of time.
Yeah.
Oh god.
It's such a good trailer.
2025 Diablo 4 will be released next year.
Oh, jeez. I'm thinking like maybe it'll be 2400.
Linus is going to be even more balding.
I'm not balding.
No, I just like to start rumors.
Xer didn't happen.
Unless you're talking about my testicles. Oh, never mind.
No!
See, Gobi's over here trying to make us feel bad about having to wait for Diablo 4, but it's like, bro, we've been fans of Blizzard games for like 20 years now.
Yeah, I remember when it took them 10
how
years.
this goes.
It took them 10 years to get Diablo 3 out.
Like, we know what's up.
Did you know how long ago Home Alone was?
94?
29 fucking years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I can
It was
remember
91? Or 92?
seeing that game in theaters.
29 years
Or
ago.
seeing
When
that show in theaters, yeah.
my wife said 91, and I was like, yeah, shit, 20 years ago. And then I was like, wait, no. 30 years almost. Holy fuck.
And here, ladies and gentlemen, is the host midlife crisis.
Yeah, realizing that a movie that you saw when you were in your childhood is like 30 years ago is pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, and then you go look up what Macaulay Culkin's doing today, and he's got his own podcast where he talks about fish.
Really?
I don't even know. I haven't listened to it. But you know what? For the shit that he went through as a child actor, he turned out to be a pretty remarkably good guy.
What's even crazier is Die Hard came out in 1988.
But see, that seems accurate because when I see Bruce Willis with hair, I'm like, yeah, 80s.
Yep.
Yeah,
he kind of
it
lost
does.
that pretty
That does seem
quickly.
accurate.
That whole movie is very anachronistic, and it's great. I love it every time I watch it.
Hey, 'tis the season.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is the season?
there's a new one now. Harry Potter is a Christmas movie.
Yes.
Harry
Yes,
Potter
it
is a
is.
Christmas movie because
Okay.
you're running around a tower trying to avoid Alan Rickman. It's Die Hard. So Harry Potter. Not only is Harry Potter a
saw
Christmas
that.
movie, Harry Potter is a Die Hard movie.
I'm so happy.
Oh, he does crawl through tunnels in that game, so I can see
See?
that. I can see that. I will say Bruce Willis might be a little better looking, maybe until like the 7th movie, and then maybe I don't know.
Then
But
Daniel Radcliff.
How you gonna be out
Daniel
here
Radcliffe
making fun of
does
us for
have-
liking Tom Holland, and you're sitting here being like, Bruce Willis is so good looking.
no, I never said he was good looking. I said he was better looking than
no,
okay.
Daniel Radcliffe.
All
Gobi
right.
has a big old boner for Bruce Willis.
All right,
Take
to be
your hand
honest,
off your
the reason I
penis
watched
now.
Harry
We know what
Potter
you're
was
doing.
Emma Watson.
It's
Yeah. Don't shift the conversation from you objectifying Bruce Willis.
I am the only straight man
Your
that in this
obsession.
podcast that does not stare at other men's ass. I'm just gonna say it.
Your obsession with Bruce Willis's ass.
It's obviously because Gobi is a misandrist.
No, this is clearly one of those like where the guy is so vocal about not being into dudes. It's all just a cover. It's just a beard.
He goes to those truck stops and he's like,
Gobi's just wearing a
Fox
beard
the
right
glory
now.
hole.
He's like, no, I never look at
I
a
am from
dude's ass."
Wisconsin.
Yeah, no, that's why he goes to rodeos because they're chaps, yo.
I was
Yep.
I was just
Oh,
gonna
hell
Arseless
no.
chaps.
I was gonna quickly
Hell
ask Gobi if his 4 kids were looking forward to Christmas.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
4 kids are looking forward to Christmas.
just to draw the point to the fact that I believe he's only ever been with women. I think there's pretty
I have
solid
4
evidence
kids
of it.
from 3 different women.
Yeah, how many stories have you heard of where the guy's like 45, 50, comes out, admits his whole life has been a lie?
Look at
Except
my
for
pants.
those dudes only have like 1 kid, maybe 2.
Right, and not by 3 different women. Just
He's really
Put
committed
that
to
out
the
there.
lie. It's cool.
or I know exactly what I am, and I'm okay with my sexuality.
We're
He
getting
thinks the lady doth
protest too much.
we already did this on a podcast. Damn it, we were talking about the UPS driver delivering the 55-gallon drum of lube.
Oh,
Okay.
and remember, he did kind of that one time when he was drinking talk about how he liked ass play so much.
He did. That's right. I took pictures of it.
Yep,
I have
Mhm.
screen caps.
I sure did not.
No, you did. I'm gonna
I-
fine. I'm gonna
no,
find it and
I
I'm gonna
have
post it.
There are pins. I'm pretty sure there's pins.
There's Benz.
No, I
those
took a screenshot in
pins-
case he deleted it. In case he deleted it.
There's evidence.
I don't have access to delete pins on your board there, buddy.
Okay.
So is this the moment where we start talking about Gears Tactics?
I have at it. You guys can talk all
Ugh.
about it.
Poor Gobi can't catch a break.
Oh, you're right.
So guys, there's
I
this
went-
awesome
I went
Gears
on
of
my
War
first
game
date
coming out.
On Saturday and got stood up. Yep, that's how
Yeah.
much of a break I can't catch. First date in 10 years, and I
What
get
was his
stood up.
name?
We
Her
Same
name
thing
was
I
Kelly
asked him.
Ross. Actually, she's from Dubuque. Yep.
Kelly, you're getting called out.
Totally called out.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's
Oh.
listening to this.
We heard
probably
about
sure
that.
she's not.
And we heard about that and we thought it was shitty. Because it was the first day you went on and you got stood up by someone who obviously didn't know what they were missing.
Hmm.
I don't know. Night ended up all right, I guess. I don't. There's plenty of Jameson that got drank and a bunch of shots. I had a good night, but it ended all right. Can't let the little shit keep you down.
Yep.
There's always Die Hard.
For sure. And then, of course, Gears Tactics 2, which comes out in April. If you're a fan of XCOM games, I am not.
Yay.
You may enjoy it. I
See, this
I
is gonna
doubt
be
it though.
great because none of us play Gears of War, and Gobi's nuts for it. But like, I love XCOM. Doc
So
plays
do I.
XCOM, so yeah, we're gonna be playing the hell out of this Gears of War game without Gobi, and it's going to be hilarious because it'll be the only Gears of War game we ever want to talk about.
And until you realize how crappy it is, and yeah, it's supposed to have a 40-hour plus campaign.
Sounds good to me.
Coming from a diehard Gears fan who has probably thousands of hours into every Gear, over all the Gears games, I don't think I've ever played a Gears campaign that has lasted more than 10 hours. So for them to say that it's going to take 40 hours, I mean, I guess because it is turn-based, so what is that, 5 minutes a turn? I mean, so technically it's probably a 5-hour story. They just drag it out over 40 hours.
That's okay with me. It's 39 and a half hours more than I play most of my games.
Yeah.
So I'll still play it and
Okay.
enjoy those 30 minutes.
I
I'm
pulled
trying
it
to
up.
find.
Yep.
I was trying to find the good part.
Is that okay? So yep, it was Masami.
Yeah, I see that.
I've pulled it up on the stream too. It was Masami that said not soon enough. Next was fun to play with his asses, and Gobi says, "Lol, my kind of girl." So yeah, Gobi likes ass play.
It's undeniable proof.
Somehow,
100%
I don't even use
confirmed.
the word ass, and like I just it's like I was talking about Bruce Willis, and somehow it turned into Bruce Willis's ass, according to you guys. Just gonna put that out there.
You're the one who can't let go of his ass right now.
You're the one bringing it up again.
I could bring up any guy, and you would immediately go to something below the waist.
It's just because
That seems to be
Tell me
where
I'm
your
wrong.
thoughts are going
Tell
right
me I'm
now.
wrong.
we
That's
are
where your
not.
thoughts just went.
That's right, and we are not ashamed to admit that we can appreciate the girth or thickness of a man. Tom Holland is a little
We're
bit of
just
thick.
feeding off of your energy here.
So, Magic the Gathering is another great game. How many of y'all played that?
Nope.
I actually didn't play Magic
Well,
nearly as much as D&D based games.
It's cards, so I was. It's not like something that interests me, but this one does interest me because it's a MMO action RPG version of Magic the Gathering. So
Oh no, yeah.
I
the only thing
And
that
it's
I'm
free
a
to
bit
play.
nervous about is the fact that perfect world.
Oh, that one? No.
Oh, come on! You didn't like the game The Perfect Worlds? That wasn't one of
Well-
your favorite ones? I mean, the completely atrocious fucking game with the completely asinine controls.
Well,
That game?
Perfect World's been known to a little bit of pay to win. They lean towards pay to win on their free games, so I'm hoping
Okay,
this doesn't become one of those because it's.
I was actually just reading this. So pay to win. Now you're talking about PvP, right? Because if it's a PvE game, how is it pay to win?
Pretty easy.
Yeah,
I mean,
Uh,
it kind of depends on how they
it's like
do
the
it.
chase
so-
uniques and stuff like that. If there are better ways to get them, and you can buy you can be a
So
credit
then,
to the
then
leaderboards. There's
just
more than
because I want to really stir the fire here. So then Warframe is pay to win.
yeah. So no, you see, this is the difference. What's that fucking mobile game that used to be all over the place a couple years ago? And the commercial was these little dudes like launching themselves out of catapults and like.
Angry Birds.
No,
Yeah.
it was actual
Clash
dudes.
of the
Clash of
Clans.
Clans.
Or
Yeah, Clash of Clans. So Clash
that's
of
still a
Clans.
thing, dude.
It doesn't surprise me. The whole thing with Clash of Clans is that yes, it is a free-to-play game, but if you want to level up or if you want to increase the size of your army or some shit like that, and you don't want to pay money, you're gonna be doing the first couple levels over and over and over again for years to get the currency
Right.
that you need. So the difference, that's one side of this. The Warframe side of this does not take you years to
No.
like do. Say maybe it takes you a month to get to Railjack now.
But
if you're
my
like
point
grinding every
was
night.
is the game hasn't even come out yet, and people are already talking about pay to win.
I
Yeah.
think we have to at this point because it's just such a point of paranoia in every gaming community now. Whenever we hear free to play, we just immediately assume the worst because we know that companies are fucking greedy and we know they want our fucking money.
Well, listen, at this point, half of the paid games that are created have mechanisms in their design to drain our wallet dry every day.
Also
Right.
true.
And if this game is free to play at the base, they got to make their money somehow.
Warframe
Exactly.
and PoE are the exceptions to the rule.
Yeah, the thing I like about PoE's version is it's just cosmetic. There's literally no way to get yourself any better.
Yep.
That's pretty much what Warframe does.
Yeah, I'll admit I'm new to Warframe. I just started this summer. Honestly, it was the gorgeous trailer that they put in front of Spider-Man: Far From Home. Nice illusion of Tom
Oh,
Holland
with Tom
for you.
Holland?
Yeah.
Have you seen that guy's
And-
bum?
He's dreamy.
And so
What do you think, Gobi?
I think Warframe is pay to win. I mean, I'm what, a level 4 in the game,
We're talking about
That's
Tom
true.
Holland's
and
bum.
I got and I have all these armors that you can't even use. I have weapons that I shouldn't even be able to use because I'm not a high enough mastery rank. Because I got a nice 75% off platinum, and I bought a bunch of shit with platinum.
Mhm.
Yep.
So I got higher gear than I should have because I paid to win.
But
Well,
like, what are you winning? You're not winning anything. All
yeah,
you're
there's
doing
huge
is
part to
But
win.
that's
all
my
you're
point.
doing is skipping gameplay to do other gameplay. Like,
you've effectively not
there is
deprived
no-
yourself of playing the game.
yes, like
If you just played the game, you would have gotten that stuff anyway.
Yeah.
that's
But
how the
my
game
point
works.
is-
Like, the entire point of the game is to just continually grow and develop. And if you skip some of that growth and development by paying, you still have more growth and development ahead of you, and it's a never-ending game that will suck your soul in. So
pretty much.
you're really
Yeah.
not like paying to win anything.
So a
Unlike-
PvE game can't be pay to win. Is that was the point I was
No,
I was
no, it
trying to make
absolutely
earlier with
can.
the Magic the Gathering of the game.
No, my point is that Warframe, there is no winning in Warframe.
Yeah, that's also true.
There is
And-
no peg to win because there is no winning. Warframe is a perpetual grinder game. All you do is grind. There is no win condition.
But there is a feeling of what do I want? Is progression. There is progression in Warframe as you play more and you just do, whatever your levels are, whatever your mastery rank is, and you just keep on progressing through that. You do have this sense of progression until you get to the end game, which right now is Railjack, and there's even more stuff. God, we're still
Yeah.
The last
Railjack is
the last
awesome.
Warframe update was enormous, and there's a lot
And
of
they
stuff.
launched it by surprise. Like literally, they came on the Game Awards to say, "Guess what our big surprise is? We're launching the thing."
Yeah, Rebecca came on in that dress that
Oh god, that dress.
the neckline went down forever.
Yep.
And
It did.
said, "Yeah, we're launching Railjack right now." And then Masami and I opened up our clients and started downloading 2.5 gigs.
Yep.
Like, wow, they actually are.
Yep.
Okay, 2.5 gigs, dude. Modern Warfare, Modern Warfare,
Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare has 20 gigabyte updates, like every fucking update.
That's
The
just a
last 2
testament.
of them has been
That's
20 fucking gigs.
I know, that's a testament to how well Warframe is optimized, because my total
Yeah.
install for that game is still under 40 gigs. And
I was
it's
about to say
bigger.
that's just
It's bigger than Modern Warfare is ever gonna be.
well, that's just an indication of how these studios that churn out a new game every year and throw the old one away, they don't give a shit about optimization. But Warframe, a game that's been continually growing for 8 years now,
Yeah,
and is only going to
2013.
continue growing.
2013 it was public.
So it has to keep. It's the only game I've ever seen that when you download an update, it launches a tool that cleans up your download, like your entire game
Mhm.
folder, and
Yeah.
throws away old files. So it's like after you download an update, you run this optimization that can take a long time, but it can clear as much of up to a gig of unnecessary bullshit in the Warframe install file.
And
That's
which
the coolest thing.
Which also helps you load levels faster and helps your gameplay be more fluid. So if you use max graphics or max resolution like I do, your game does not slow down at all. And my cards like
I've
peak
never
out.
before seen a game that put that much effort into optimizing and cleaning up old code.
The funny thing about it actually is that a game like Ghost Recon Breakpoint, it's an absolutely gorgeous game. It's a beautiful environment. It's about on par with the open world environments in Warframe on Venus and on Earth. Since they've been updated, the textures have been updated, so they're about equally gorgeous, and they're really nice environments. Breakpoint maxes out my cards at about 80 degrees. They will get all the way up to 80 degrees. Warframe maxes the cards out at about 60. So just in terms of performance, the optimization of Warframe is it's amazing. What were we talking about? Fashion show?
Part of the reason why
Space pirates.
some of these games are as huge as they are is they come with 4K textures.
Sure.
And 4K textures are fucking massive. And if you got to do like the entire open world, that's part of the reason why Gears of War 4 is as massive as it is 4K textures. It's also why Wildlands is 85 gigabytes and Breakpoint is only 54.
But that's a testament again to optimization because absolutely 4K textures can be quite enormous. But if you look at the compression between a DDS, a PNG, and a JPG, you can get really nice looking JPGs that are just as detailed as a PNG or a DDS, and they're a fifth or a tenth of the size.
Yep.
So again, that's an optimization thing. Ubisoft doesn't want to spend money pissing away time with employees optimizing graphics files when they could just release a 120 gigabyte game or a 50 gigabyte game or an 80.
Not when they
80
can help
gigabyte
the game console companies sell accessories like bigger hard drives and other things like that.
Which is Masami brings up a good point, which is basically this is all an extended scam. But
This is my jaded business major talking. So
you're absolutely right.
The funny thing is, I don't know if it's necessarily Ubisoft because the
It's not-
Division 2
it's not
is
just
in a
them.
beautiful fucking game and it's amazing and it's way more fucking optimized than Ghost Recon Breakpoint and even fucking Wildlands. It's came out after Wildlands and it runs better on my PC than Wildlands does and it looks better. I can run it on higher graphics.
But how big is the download size? Because optimization is not just performance, but it's also just raw
The Division
size.
2 is 54.9 gigabytes, I believe, at the current moment. And
Massive.
Division 1 was 63.
Yeah, Massive did.
Wildlands is 83.9. Breakpoint is about 55.7. I only know this because I keep moving them between my computer and my laptop trying to fix some issues.
Sure.
Breakpoint is 54 on my hard drive.
Yeah, mine too. But,
okay, so
geez.
Yeah, Division 2 is 56.
okay, I had them backwards then. Sorry. But yeah.
So that's not. I mean, compared to some of the games that we're playing nowadays, 56 gigs is not terrible by any means. I think the whole point of this conversation is just that there's way more to do in Warframe. It's way bigger a game, but somehow it's smaller, even though it looks as pretty.
it's like the TARDIS, it's bigger on the inside.
Doctor Who.
Well,
there we go. Now we got the sci-fi
because
references.
Warframe uses procedurally generated levels with a set number of assets, so they don't need as many graphics because they reuse them across all of the maps. Even the open worlds are just reuses of textures that you see
Uh,
in the smaller maps.
Sharing textures and reusing textures, yes, absolutely. However, the open world maps are not procedurally generated. They have constant landmarks,
Right.
and they
Yeah,
are.
they're
Yeah,
very,
they're
they're
very
very static.
You're talking about a map that between Earth and Venus, you're talking about a map almost the size of GTA Online.
Granted, though, Breakpoint is the map in Breakpoint is 10 times bigger than that at least. Like
How
that.
big is?
yeah.
Yeah, I haven't even unlocked the whole map in
It is
Breakpoint. How big is it
massive.
compared to GTA?
I want to say,
It's
like, if I'm going to
it's
ballpark
bigger
it,
than
I want to
Bolivia.
say it's like 40 or 50 kilometers top to bottom.
But if you want to talk about, sharing textures and everything, Gobi, every single tree in there, you probably have half a dozen different types of trees that are reused, just all over the
Oh,
map.
well, it's no different than like Far Cry 5. They
Sure,
had
yeah.
their own like map editor or whatever, and you could go in and make maps. So yeah, they gave you every asset in the game, and you could see like every single asset and reuse them to make your own levels, which is pretty cool. And it made for a weird thing to like they'd give you like groups, or you could do individual trees. And if you did individual trees instead of groups, it took up more RAM and more space, and you actually ran out of memory for the map or whatever if you did individual
Yeah.
trees. Where if you did like what they did a group asset and you put the group asset out there, it took up less space.
THQ did the same thing with Company of Heroes and Company of Heroes 2. That's probably one of the games that I have the most extensive experience making maps in. But it was the same way. You could use bunches or you could use individuals, and their texture performance was not optimized at all. So it would load the same texture a billion times and slow you way down.
Holy shit. So I haven't been paying attention because I've been reading something. So I hope this is still relevant.
Okay.
Wildlands, 170 miles squared is the size of that map. Breakpoint,
Damn.
781 square miles.
And just for another reference, Wildlands is like 3 times bigger than GTA Online.
How much of that is ocean though? Because we're on an island.
Yes, that
What?
is the entirety of the surface there of the map.
Okay.
So the entire map surface is 781, and yeah, it is an island that is
So
Shaped
we'll
like
say
an L.
500.
yeah.
I mean, that's still massive.
Yeah,
I
no.
mean, it's
Regardless, it's still enormous.
So yes, they say that in terms of playable space, there's about 150 square miles of playable map area.
so it's roughly the same size as Wildlands. It just feels bigger.
Well, this is including some of the map areas on the Breakpoint map that haven't been opened yet. Because you know how there are those clusters of islands that are off the
Yeah,
coast.
yeah, you can
Um,
get to them.
yeah, they haven't been opened up. Like they're under the cloud cover on the map to the east. But yeah, so eventually those will be opened up too. Theories say, like people are guessing. But yeah,
Yeah, there's more DLC coming for the game. I know I've been to the island that's all the way to the right on the map, or to the east. There's, I believe, one biovac or whatever bivouac out there that you can go. There's nothing out there though. It's just basically an empty island,
It's a bivouac.
a bivouac. Um,
actually, you know what we should do sometime? Something that Dr. Niggle and I did a while back in GTA. We should go in there and take various craft, whether it be a boat or a helicopter or whatever, and just see how far we can go until the game decides to kill us.
Yeah. In GTA, if you get past the boundary of the map, it explodes whatever vehicle you're in, and you fall to the bottom of the sea and die.
Yeah, if you're in an airplane, it just plummets out of the sky, and if you're in a boat, it just fucking sinks like a rock. Yeah. It doesn't explode; it just fills with water, and you go down. And you stay in it, and you could ride it to the bottom dead, and it's hilarious.
Linus, what TV show are you watching?
yeah, we can hear it.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Real Housewives of New Jersey
Yeah,
or what?
I have no idea. I've got my headphones on in the bedroom.
Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, we got like really super far off track. I'm not even sure what we were talking about to begin with. Warframe. Warframe's an amazing game. Free to play. Come play with us.
Also, spaceships, you get to ride around in big spaceships and shoot shit and, put out dozens of fires and be that engineer you've always wanted to be.
Or the
And if you
pilot
feel like playing a real game, you could also do Path of Exile.
could play PoE. PoE is a good game. I'm begrudgingly respectful of PoE.
I hardly play video
Division
games
2
anymore, 'cause
is on
all I
a
do
pretty
now
deep
is-
sale too.
All Omega does is plan our next D&D session.
Pretty much. The one game I play right now a lot is Darkest Dungeons, which is basically a turn-based D&D type game.
You know the thing about should we recommend Darkest Dungeon? Because it's a fucking brutal game.
It's very brutal.
In terms of like party wipes and how you'll have your ass handed to you for the first half dozen or dozen dungeons.
And
Well,
then
it is
like when you
called
feel like you're
Dark.
doing really well, and then you got this great party, and you're like, I'm good, we're set, and then you go in, and then they all wipe, and you're like, wow.
Party wipe, and it's permadeath too. When
That
you're
was
dead,
my
you're dead.
4 best players loaded up with all of my expensive trinkets, and they're all dead now.
Gone.
Once in a while they do resurrect though. Have you gotten any resurrections yet, Doc?
No, not yet, but I know what you're talking about. There's an event where a necromancer or someone comes to town, and what is it? It's just
Well, it's
anyone,
just like-
anyone that's in
it's just like
your graveyard.
any one of the 3 people, like one of any 3 people you can pick. Like it gives you 3 options, and you can revive them at the level that they died, but they don't have any other items.
Oof. So yeah, the only thing I wish was in Darkest Dungeon was a little more transparency about the math, like who rolls initiative, whose turn it is to take, who's going next, and all the rest of that. Not
That's
sure
kind
if
of what I liked about Neverwinter is that there was a little side panel where you could see that stuff. So
yeah, that would be nice. Anyway,
Yeah, it makes vague sense, but it doesn't give too many details.
so yeah, so people can look forward to the Dungeons and Dragons gameplay that I'm editing currently. We'll have the first couple episodes out, and people can have fun with that, and we'll be playing another session at the end of the year.
Hurrah!
Yep.
yeah,
There's a couple more things I wanted to touch on before we wrap up. So the Elder Scrolls Online, we all remember that game, right?
Nope.
They're finally coming back to Skyrim, and they're supposed to have a big announcement in January about it, which is interesting. I don't think
Are they
I've
going to
played
do like
Morrowind.
Skyrim 2?
No,
I
it's
think it's
the
ESO, the Elder Scrolls of
Huh?
yeah. They basically are bringing Skyrim into the Elder Scrolls Online. You can already play
Oh, I
the
got
original island, Morrowind,
Yeah.
and then they just released Elsewhere.
Elsewhere. Yeah,
Elsewhere. I said it right the first time. Damn it.
yeah. It's with the
and then-
dragons and all that stuff. It's pretty
yeah,
cool.
and then Skyrim's gonna be the next one. It sounds like, which is interesting. And then we were talking about GOG earlier. GOG Galaxy 2.0 is finally in open beta.
Yay!
So if you haven't checked it out, you should probably download it and check it out. It's pretty cool.
You can link all your accounts from like Uplay, so you never have to look at Uplay ever again. Uplay, Origin, Steam. You can link it all up to your GOG account. You can have your whole game library in there. I think the next step is importing friends lists from Steam and another platform, and then you're gonna have
you
like a
your
wholly
friends now.
integrated gaming platform. So you only have to use GOG Galaxy, and you can use the store on there, which is better than the Steam store, and just play and chat and game through GOG.
Their last update made it so you can see your friends on different platforms that you have connected.
Oh, cool.
You can also open when you can set it up. So like Doc was saying, how he never wants to see Uplay. You can set it up so it closes the Uplay launcher as soon as you close the game. So you launch the game from GOG. you play the game, you exit the game, and it automatically closes Uplay, and you never have to fucking see it.
The other thing was I fed GOG my credentials and my two-factor authentication to get into Uplay. I have never had it say, "Oh, you need to re-log in," or "Oh, you need to do your two-factor authentication again." I haven't seen that, which I love, because despite the fact I keep on telling Uplay to fucking remember who I am, it still asks me to log in every week or 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's
so
probably
will
security settings.
will the GOG launcher actually launch the other launcher to then launch the game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what it it opens up that little say we're playing the Division 2, that little screen comes up and it says syncing your cloud settings and stuff. That is the only screen you see, and then the Division 2 pops up. You play it, you close the game. When you close, it's has that little screen again, syncing your cloud settings. It goes away and fucking Uplay closes. The client never actually comes up.
But Uplay is still on running in the background. You can't actually
Yes.
close the program.
Yes,
No.
because of the DRM. If you bought something on the Uplay any Ubisoft title and it runs through the Uplay client, there's DRM attached to Uplay that has to have Uplay open. So what GOG does is it just automates that function, so you don't have to deal with it.
No, I get that,
Yeah.
but what I'm saying is can you have the Uplay launcher closed, not just
No,
minimized,
you can't
but
play
actually
a
off?
Uplay game without it.
Yeah.
You
Yes,
have
so
to have
but that's
Uplay
what
open.
Yes, that's the
Yeah.
question that I'm asking is will the GOG launcher actually launch Uplay and then launch the game?
Yes, it
And
has to.
the answer to that is no.
No, yes.
No, it does, but it's minimized in your tray. You never actually see it. It starts up,
Yeah.
it runs on your PC, but it runs in the background. You never see it. As soon as the game closes, it closes. If the game has DRM, it has to launch that DRM.
Yes,
to
I
play it.
understand how DRM works. I don't.
But yeah,
I'm not being clear in how I'm asking the question because you're not understand. Yeah,
No, yeah.
never mind.
All right.
yeah.
So anyway, GOG is in open beta now, and anybody can go and grab it and not deal with Origin or Uplay. It'll just do it for you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually pretty nice. I don't even open Steam half the time anymore. I just open up GOG and launch whatever game you want. Now, say you play Warframe like me, but you don't own it on Steam, you can add any game directly from their exe file directly to GOG. It also picks up any Windows 10 store games, which is fucking amazing. Because there's so many things out there that you can't even add a Windows 10 store game to Steam. It just doesn't work. I
Wait.
tried and it just doesn't work because you cannot link the exe because a Windows 10 store game does not use an exe.
I've never purchased or played a game through Discord, so I don't know the answer to.
You can link Discord too.
Oh,
but
okay.
you have to add. You have to go to GitHub and download the community add-on for you. GitHub is like a coding database that people use for open source projects and stuff like that
It's a
to
wonderful
share
place.
data.
GitHub is a
It's
wonderful
amazing place. But for people who've never done anything like that, it's really easy to get around. Just do a Google search for BattleNet or Discord, and it'll send you right to the page. And there's usually at least one or two different tutorials on how to do it. You basically download the file, you unzip the file, you copy the files that are in it, and you paste it into your GOG folder, and you restart GOG, and it's in your little integrations, and then you just click sign in and you use your credentials and sign in.
All right. So I think that's about it. Yeah, we're in an hour.
Yeah.
So there was
It's
nothing.
the round table tonight.
What are we buying Leetness for Christmas? Leetness can go first. Leetness, what is Leetness buying Leetness for Christmas?
Oh my god, I've been on mute time. Could hear the background noise.
You think we were just spitefully ignoring you anytime you said something?
Well, it wasn't like that they made anything. Yeah, I guess.
You have such low self-esteem.
So I guess I'm buying Leetness a giant mute and unmute button that he can just push like the big red button.
Oh, like one of those old phones for
The
senior
staple
citizens.
buttons. No,
I-
the staple
actually,
button.
I'm literally gonna take a photo so you can see how far away it is from my freaking head, and then you'll say, "Okay, I'm not doing anything."
It's right in the microphone, isn't it? You'll touch the button right on the side of the microphone, and you mute and unmute it.
Yeah, it's a Blue Yeti, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You got a new microphone.
There's even an indicator light.
Oh, see
Yeah.
there we go. That is a round table we should be doing. What mic do you use?
We already did this. You already talked
did?
about your mod mic, Gobi.
That's how
I don't-
close it is to my head. Like my head is sitting right where the phone was. So that big red indicator there, I didn't notice.
Clearly, it needs to be bigger because bigger is better.
That's what she said.
It doesn't work when it actually is. All right,
Oh, it works just fine. It works beautifully.
Gobi, what are you
It
buying,
becomes
Letus?
ironic.
What are you buying, Letus, for Christmas?
I'm not sure. Probably Cole. Does he deserve a present?
Oh yes, he does. He's been very good.
I'm a good boy.
Uh,
Oh gosh, no. Tom Holland's bum. That's what. Or no, he's gonna bring me.
He's gonna bring you a framed picture of Tom Holland's bum.
No, of what's his name's bum. Oh,
Bruce Willis.
Yes. He's gonna just give
No.
me the one that he's got next to his bed. Oh wait, no,
I'm.
you gonna keep
no,
that one?
Definitely not.
Next time there's a Marvel convention in the Boston area, I'm gonna go with a picture of Tom Holland's ass, and I'm gonna ask him to sign it and see what happens.
He might ask you if you want to take a fresh picture, honestly. He's pretty cheeky.
Oh, cheeky! Aha!
Oh, nice.
Oh, the dad puns.
Yeah, I can't get through one goddamn podcast
Good
without
stuff,
dad puns.
lads. Oh, good
Absolutely not. I used to send my dad puns, so.
I am going to buy Leetness a Templar helmet or a Paladin's helmet made out of tinfoil that he can wear while we D&D, so that he can roleplay even more effectively.
Yes, I
That's a good
approve.
idea. I'm going to Italy. I'm gonna look and see if I can find some old armor or some shit like that.
Buy one of those. Don't get like a really nice one. Get one of the cheesy tourist ones, so that you can like have this rickety like tourist helmet that's like paper thin and a wooden spoon, and be like, I am Paladin Supreme
I smite thee with this wooden spoon.
with my mighty wooden spoon. And Omega, you're the last one. What are you gonna buy, Leetness?
Nipple clamps.
But he already has so many.
He's building a collection.
Oh, that's nice. That's considerate then.
Oh, there's
ceramic, nice ceramic ones with gold tips.
Gonna have your naked body into this song. How many people? Yeah.
Yeah, I recognize that.
I know
that's
exactly
very
what's
old school.
Yeah.
Go, Mr. Timberlake, go.
On hooking up jumper cables with those nipple clamps, or why do you need them to be ceramic?
Jumper cables count as nipple clamps on their own.
Yeah.
I
Pro levels.
agree.
You got to be really good to go for those.
Pro
But-
level.
Yeah, once you work
Pro
your way up,
level.
once you're at Letus's level, you can just slap those babies on there and you're good to go.
All right,
Charge
now
a battery.
are we talking like a car battery, or are we hooking them up to the an outlet here?
No,
I'm the one that charges the battery.
Yeah. Battery when your car is having trouble starting. You just get Leetness over there.
Well, that is much safer for anybody out there listening. Not that I condone or think you should ever try this, because don't. If you're gonna be stupid enough to do this, make
should
sure you use a battery
For
and
fuck's
not
sake.
an outlet for reasons like death.
I mean, I'm from South Africa. It's 240 volts there.
So what you're saying, you're used to
Could be 110.
greater current?
Oh yeah. good catch, Masami. He's actually saying that America is a step down to what he's used to.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Was that 240 DC current there, buddy, or AC?
Oh, AC.
Yep.
Okay.
He's a professional.
He rides the lightning.
Well, definitely ride something.
He is
That
the
I do.
lightning. Okay. All right. That's it. We're done.
Yep.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. I want to thank you guys all for coming, and thank you all for listening. Peace out.
Penis, penis.
Bye.
Penis.
Boobs.